Hey guys, it's Jen. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another day of Vlogust. Today I am sharing another what I eat in a day video with you, but I'm actually sharing what I ate over 2 days. So this was a 2-day time period when I was at home, and so just keep in mind that it might look a little bit different if it was a day when I did have to go to work. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm a full-time working mom with 2 kids, and this month I am posting a video every single day. So if that is something that interests you, I hope that you subscribe and stick around. I will post a link down below to my last What I Eat in a Day video, which kind of talks a little bit about my philosophy on the diet industry. And so my goal is just to eat sensibly. I have a calorie goal, and in this video I'll be sharing with you my macros for each day. I'm not going to share it per meal, but I'm just going to share with you at the end of each day what my calories, fat, carbs intake, that kind of stuff was. So I hope that you enjoy, and I hope that you get some ideas for your own meals, either for yourself or your family. Let's get started. Okay, so no matter what, my day always has to start out with coffee. I actually have a couple different coffee makers that I use. I have this one that's a Hamilton Beach, and it either brews a carafe or it also brews K-cups, which is nice when you just want 1 cup. A lot of times on the weekends when Adam and I are both home drinking coffee, we'll use the carafe on this. And then I also have a Nespresso, which does more of like a fancier coffee shop type frothy coffee, and then it has a milk frother. But sometimes I just want some good old-fashioned coffee with half and half, and so that's what I decided to have this morning. I usually don't care for much sweetener in my coffee, so when I'm drinking plain coffee, I just like a little bit of half and half in it. I also got these new energy drinks that I wanted to try. These are the Alani new energy drinks, and this one is the sour peach rings flavor. Watch when I pour it out. It's like disturbingly bright yellow. But I did actually find out that these have way too much caffeine in them for me. They have 200 milligrams of caffeine per can, and that's way too much. So I can't be drinking a whole one of those anymore. But this morning I actually was getting some breakfast for my kids too. We were trying out these Pillsbury sweet biscuits that I picked up at Walmart over the weekend. And then I also wanted to give them a side of fruit with that. One of the things that I always try to do on the weekends is prep all of my produce. So making sure that I have grapes and strawberries and carrots and peppers and anything else in the fridge so that we can quickly grab it for meals throughout the week. So once I baked these biscuits, they came out of the oven, and I just topped them with the icing that came with it. If you guys haven't tried these, they're not bad. I mean, I took a bite of one of the kids. I didn't eat a whole one. I don't know. I feel like the quote blueberries that are in there, actually, if you read the package, they're not actually blueberries. They're blueberry flavored craisins. And so that in and of itself kind of weirded me out. They're okay. I think I prefer regular cinnamon rolls better, but that's what the kids had for breakfast, was a blueberry biscuit with some fruit on the side. I typically don't eat breakfast until later in the morning. I like to drink a couple cups of coffee first, but today for breakfast, I was just having this Good Food Made Simple frozen breakfast burrito. I got these on clearance at Walmart, and it was pretty good. It's not the best breakfast burrito I've ever had, but for something quick that's, not super unhealthy, it did the trick for this day. On this day, I was working from home and I was busy and I needed something quick, and so this was it. So I had that with a side of hot sauce for breakfast. Later in the day, I heated up some chicken taco meat for lunch. This is where having leftovers in the fridge comes in really handy, and so I just kind of decided to make a chicken taco burrito bowl. So I put a little bit of chicken in the bowl and I topped that with some shredded cheese. You will note in my What I Eat in a Day videos that there is no shortage of cheese, and I'm just fine with that. I'm also adding a little bit of lettuce. One thing I wanted to mention, if I didn't in the intro, is that the point of me sharing these videos is not necessarily meant to be a diet video. That's not really the type of content that I like to share on my channel, but I do try to eat sensibly most of the time. Are there times when I have ice cream after dinner? Yes, of course. Are there times when I eat pizza and birthday cake? Yes, of course. But for the most part, I'm trying to stick within my calorie goal just so I can maintain and even lose a little bit of weight. So I added some refried beans to this, a little bit more cheese, some sour cream, and some salsa. And I'll give you a shot of the bowl after I also added a few chips and some guacamole. Now, this ended up being way too much, but here was my bowl. I had some chips and some beans, chicken, guacamole, sour cream, salsa, and some lettuce. And I just wanted to show you that I was only able to eat maybe about half or maybe 2/3 of that. It was way too much food, but it was delicious and quick to make. Okay, so for dinner, actually, it was Connor's birthday on this day, and he wanted to go to Wendy's, and I didn't really want to have a burger and fries, and so I just got some chili, and then when we got home, I topped it with some Fritos and cheese, and that was my dinner for the day. I also want to mention that throughout the day, I am drinking either seltzer water or regular water, or sometimes I drink flavored water as well. But I try not to drink things with calories in them. And if I drink soda, it is diet soda. Okay, so that evening I decided to have a snack. Adam and I actually had one bag each of this. I got this in my Imperfect Foods box, and it was actually really good. It was like this Parmesan rosemary popcorn. And so you basically pop the popcorn and then you mix it with the little packet of oil and seasonings. It was really good. If you guys can find this, I would recommend it. I've never seen it before in any stores around here, but if you do want to try to find it on Imperfect Foods and you've never tried them out before, I'll leave a link down below. I believe I have a $10 off coupon code if you want to try them out. But once it comes out of the microwave, you just mix that around, and this turned out really good. Popcorn snack for the evening, and I had that with some sparkling water. So here's how I did for all of my macros for this particular day. I do track my food using MyFitnessPal, which is a free app, and I think it's super helpful. So overall, I had 626 calories, 83 grams of protein, 147 grams of carbs, 21 grams of fiber, only 13 grams of sugar, which I was super happy with, and 81 grams of fat. So overall, maybe a little bit under on some things, but I thought I did pretty well for that day. Okay, so here is the next day, and yes, again, we are starting out with some coffee. I'm just brewing a K-Cup. I like to use the Starbucks Pike Place. That's my favorite K-Cup, and I learned my lesson with this Alani Nu energy drink. Do not drink the whole thing, or at least I can't drink the whole thing, because I'm the only one in my house that knows CPR, and if I go into cardiac arrest because I drink 200 milligrams of caffeine, no one else can resuscitate me. I'm just kidding, but seriously, that's too much caffeine, so I only drank half of it. Okay, and then later on for breakfast, I had one of these Epic Everything bagels. These are the Dave's Killer bagels. They are so good. I also got this in my Imperfect Foods box along with the cream cheese, and I just toasted that bagel, smeared some cream cheese on it, had a side of grapes, and that was my breakfast. I really liked kind of the savory bagel with the cream cheese with the sweet grapes on the side, and it was a super quick breakfast. This was actually one of those days where I was working from home, but I still don't have time when I work from home, obviously, to create like elaborate meals because I'm either on calls or in meetings most of the day. So I really need something quick that I can throw together and grab. So for lunch on this day, I'm making a blackened chicken salad with some of this Primal Kitchen balsamic avocado oil vinaigrette. I also had some blue cheese and then these dried cherries and walnut honey toppers that I got at Walmart. So I just made a salad with the spring mix on the bottom. I heated up a few of those blackened chicken tenders in the air fryer. They're so good if you can get your hands on them. I put some blue cheese on the top, that walnut salad topping, and then the balsamic vinaigrette. This was so good. I actually have had this since then several times for lunch. I feel like it's going to be my new favorite salad. Okay, so now it's time for dinner, and I'm cooking dinner tonight. I'm going to be making some shrimp and some baked potatoes and some veggies on the side. So I just have some Yukon Gold potatoes here. These were in my pantry. I needed to get them used up, so I scrubbed them really well, and I'm just putting them on a baking tray lined with foil. And make sure that you poke your baked potatoes, otherwise they will explode. Ask me how I know. And then I like to drizzle mine with a little bit of olive oil. I sprinkle some salt on them, and then I just bake these in a 400-degree oven for about an hour. I just bake them until I can squeeze them and they're tender. But making the baked potatoes without foil wrapped and the olive oil and salt on the outside makes a really good crust, and it's really good. So I am going to make these this broccoli with this McCormick Speedy Sides for a side, and I thought I would be smart and do this in a baking dish because I had a lot of broccoli and it wouldn't fit in that small plastic container that they include with the seasoning. So I put my broccoli in a 9x13 dish, and then I mixed the seasoning packet with the water per the package directions, and then I poured that over the broccoli, covered it up with foil, and baked it in the oven. Don't do this. Don't do what I did. Make this in the microwave like it suggests, or make sure you add more liquid, because what ended up happening with mine, and in my heart I felt like this was going to happen, but I kind of ignored my gut, is that the liquid burned on the bottom. I did not have enough liquid in it. So make sure that if you try to replicate this, that you have enough liquid, or just cook it in the microwave. So here's the shrimp that I'm using for dinner. I'm just going to be frying this with a little bit of cornmeal coating, and I rinsed my shrimp off, and then I have this fish fry mix. I actually got this at Aldi a long time ago, and it's been sitting in my pantry. So all I did was I put the shrimp that I rinsed off in a Ziploc bag, and I just shook it around with the coating. I probably could have gotten by with using only half the bag because I didn't have that much shrimp, but whatever, you live and learn. So I heated up some oil, and I'm just placing the shrimp in there. I did fry it in 2 batches because I had quite a bit. And then when I removed it from the oil, I just sprinkled it with some salt, and I have a tray there with some paper towels. So this was our dinner for the night. I also did cook up some chicken tenders in that oil because I had that in my freezer and I wanted to use it up. So I had the shrimp with the chicken tender, baked potato with some sour cream. That's light sour cream. And then I had some veggies on the side, which I actually didn't eat very much of because, again, I scorched the broccoli. So sorry about that, family. But as you can see, the calories were a little bit higher for today. 1,800 calories, 88 grams of protein, 173 grams of carbs, 18 grams of fiber, 53 grams of sugar, which is more than I had the day before, and 91 grams of fat. So the thing I wanted to say is that, yes, I did deep fry my shrimp, and yes, I do make things that are deep fried, and I eat cheese and all of those things. But the point I want to get across, especially about this day of eating, is that if you looked at my lunch was actually super low in calories. It was only around 400 calories. So it's not like you can't have the things that you want to have. You just have to make sacrifices in other areas. So, eat a salad for lunch, or maybe skip breakfast and have a protein shake instead, or something like that. So again, this isn't really meant to be diet content. I'm just kind of sharing what works for me in terms of trying to watch what I eat. Am I a plus size person here on YouTube? Yes. Do I think representation for all women is important? Yes. Am I going to hate my body every day of my life because I'm, 30 or 40 pounds overweight? No, I'm not. I'm not going to wait to live my life until I get to my ideal weight, and I'm going to be happy and try to eat a balanced diet and just enjoy foods that I like with my family in the process. I hope that this is helpful to you in figuring out some new meal ideas for maybe yourself and your family. I hope that you enjoyed, and I'll see you again tomorrow for another episode of Vlogust. Bye.